6:30, you're watching East Midlands Today here inside the King Power Stadium.
Yes, in a special programme this evening, we are live from the city that simply never slept.
Celebrations of fans and players alike went on into the early hours.
But it didn't stop there. Today, the players toured the city and stopped traffic by going for a spot of lunch.
Hello, good evening. Welcome to the programme with Colin Hazelden and me, Anne Davis. Yes, we're here inside the King Power Stadium. It is, of course, home to Leicester City Football Club, and it's also home now to the Premier League champions because they have done it.
Absolutely have. They defied the odds of 5,000 to 1 to win the title and make history. That is not overstating it. It has been called the biggest sporting upset ever by very many people. Today, this is how the East Midlands latest set of Miracle Men celebrated.
I feel good. It was an amazing achievement for me, for the lads, for the chairman, for our fans. Something special, unbelievable.
Well, Claudio Ranieri is something special. We'll have all about him a little bit later on in the programme. But, you know, it has been party here in Leicester. Even when we arrived a few hours ago, people going past, waving flags, beeping hooters. And I was watching you last night from a very long way away, out in the streets with all the fans. What was it like?
It was absolutely extraordinary to be there in the middle of it, all that enthusiasm, all that unconfined joy, really, at having done something that no one was ever expecting. This team, this club, this stadium, to be part of utter madness out on the streets. I have to say, thousands and thousands and thousands of people, and all of Leicester was out, every single part of Leicester. Our sports editor, Natalie Jackson, now looks back on a night this city will never forget.
Leicester has never seen anything like it. Then again, the sporting world hadn't either.
It's like a dream come true. Someone's got to pinch me. I can't feel it. It's true.
I never thought I would live to see the day when Leicester are the champions.
It's just unbelievable.
This was not just football fans. It felt like a whole city, county even, all wanting to share in a moment of history, a moment of joy.
I never thought I'd ever see anything like this in my entire life. Absolutely brilliant.
Once in a lifetime. It's never going to happen again. Come on, Leicester!
Leicester, ole, ole, ole. Leicester, ole, ole, ole.
The many faces of Leicester were here. Fans, families, all out on the street. Gridlock late into the night.
Waited a very long time for this to happen. Now it's happened. We're elated. Champion. Can't beat it.
Surreal. Unbelievable. Leicester City, remember this year.
Fox will never quit. It's great for the city. It's amazing. We're loving the atmosphere.
They danced in the streets, partied at the stadium, climbed the clock tower. It went on into the early hours. An incredible outpouring of emotion.
I was just in tears, just flooding, tears of joy. I love you, Leicester! I love you, Leicester!
What Leicester City have done by being crowned champions of England has not only turned football on its head, but a city blue with pride. Natalie Jackson, BBC, East Midlands Today.
So many emotions around the place there. Let's talk a bit about the scale of what's happened, though. John Hutchinson, you are the club historian. You know all the records. I mean, this sits above anything else.
Well, it does. I mean, there's only one statistic that really counts, and that is that for the first time in the club's 132-year history, they are actually champions. They are Premier League champions. The nearest they came to that was 87 years ago when they finished second. They were fourth, about 50 years ago when I started watching them. There are all sorts of other records like most home wins in the Premier League, most away wins, most goals scored, etc., etc. But the main stat and the only stat that really matters is they've won the Premier League, and we are unbelievably Premier League champions.
Fantastic stuff. 132-year duck broken now. I know one of your very good friends, you're all friends at this club, is just over there with Anne.
Oh, yes, he's a very good friend. He's a good friend of mine. We go back a long way, but crikey, the Birch, you go back even longer with this club. How do you feel, Jack? It's a daft question, I know, but how do you feel?
It's magical, Anne. It's something, I think I've heard the word. I've never heard a word mentioned so much. Unbelievable. It is, but it's believable now,
And I think we've got some pictures, actually, of you at the very moment you found out that they'd won. Did you get a bit teary?
Yeah, a little bit emotional, after over 40-odd years here, when this happened. So I haven't seen it, so hope it's not too dramatic,
It's not too dramatic, and may you go on for another 40 years as well. And I must just say, you've got a documentary that you've voiced that's coming out tomorrow night.
Is it?
BBC One. Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
Have you seen it?
Oh, no, I haven't seen it. I knew it's going to be good. It's actually called 5,000 to 1, How Leicester City Beat the Odds. 10:45 tomorrow. Don't miss it. Thanks, Birch.
You're welcome.
For these fans, it has been an absolutely amazing journey. For the team, misfits and surprises everyone even more so. Well, today, their manager, Claudio Ranieri, spoke to us. He talked about the achievement. He talked about his delight for the team. He said the players have been fantastic. Their focus, their determination, their spirit have made it possible. As Mark Shardlow reports.
Lunchtime in Leicester. A celebration meal for the players in the heart of an adoring city.
I think the secret is the harmony and the love, the passion of the players on the pitch.
This bunch of players have become the most unlikely champions. Last night, those players were at Jamie Vardy's house in Melton Mowbray.
Journey from being in League One to where it is now, but one which I've thoroughly enjoyed and one which I feel like me and the supporters have grown on together, and one which I'm sure the whole city is immensely proud of.
It was training as normal as possible this morning, and late to the party, the manager, back from a flying visit to see his mum in Rome.
I'm very happy for the fans, for the chairman, for everybody, for all the Leicester community.
For me personally, I'm overwhelmed by it all, and I can't speak for the other lads, but I'm sure they're the same. It's going to take some weeks, some months probably until it actually sinks in that we're the champions of England.
And so the bus to the restaurant with an unscheduled stop, a Jamie Vardy lookalike spotted in the crowd and invited on board.
All banging on the windows and dragged me on the coach. They were all laughing, like jeering and cheering, like hey, like banter and just mad.
A day for the champions, the doubters, dreamers and disbelievers, amazed and delighted. Mark Shardlow, BBC East Midlands Today.
Something like this goes beyond a team. It goes beyond the stadium. The pride in this team's achievement goes outside into the city, into the county, into the country, and even into other parts of the world. It's a fairy tale that everybody hoped would have a happy ending, and of course it has. Leicester is a city that feels pretty good about itself.
The morning after one of the biggest nights in Leicester's history, but the party is still going strong. For workers here at Walker's, it's all still sinking in.
I'm shaking. It's like I'm hot and cold at the same time, and it's a euphoric feeling.
The basketball team winning the league, Mark Selby, Leicester. Hopefully the rugby and the cricket can follow.
I'm an Arsenal fan myself, so that's a shame, but if any other team was to do it, I'm glad that it's Leicester.
And snack lovers will also be able to get a taste of the club's success. These limited edition packets of crisps are being made here this week. Another souvenir, the local paper, sold out within hours. But the club's title triumph has travelled worldwide.
It's going to be great for the city, great for all the local businesses. It's just fabulous.
We're just glad to be on the map now and be recognised for what we should be recognised for.
It was great news for Leicester City and all the community in Leicester.
This underdog story has united a city. Whatever your age, it's all everyone's talking about.
Last year we just scrapped survival, and this year it's a fairy tale story, isn't it really?
It's had a huge impact and brought the city together to us all back the Blues together.
Leicester's going to have a lot more people wanting to come to see the games. People are just going to use the word Leicester more often. That's really good for everyone.
Industry experts say Leicester's win is worth £250 million. But for most here, this remarkable success is priceless. Amy Harris, BBC East Midlands Today, Leicester.
Well, I am now with the man I think who's spoken to practically every country in the world, Peter Salisbury, Leicester's mayor.
Yes, and I'm getting a bit tired, but you're right. We've spoken to people from across the world who want to be a part of this amazing achievement by Leicester City.
Oh, it is just fantastic. We're running out of expletives. But listen, I want to know from you what happens next. Tell us, when's going to be the big celebration, the parade, what's happening?
Well, at just before 10 o'clock last night, the party started. And you can hear it out there now. The party is still going on in Leicester. And I think it'll go on for the next 2 weeks till the end of the season. But after the end of the season, I think we and the club will be having an event that all of the city, all of the supporters of the club can take a part in, and it'll be out and about in the city.
In the city. So as we did here, it might be the Victoria Park or...
Well,
you're not
been
spilling the
suggested.
beans.
Listen, we've been talking with the club, and obviously we haven't wanted to make any announcement until it was certain. And I talked with the club earlier today. They're going to make the announcement in the next few days. But I promise you, it will be big, it will be exciting, and it'll be an opportunity for everybody to say to the club, thank you for all you've done for us, and incredibly well done.
Oh, it has been fantastic. You know, I think the last time we were speaking, it was about Richard III, and we were saying what a huge impact that would have. But, you know, I actually think that it has been said that maybe this is going to go even further. And Tom Brown has been looking at the effect of this incredible achievement, as you say, has had on the life and indeed the future of the city of Leicester.
This is the story of how Leicester grew onto the world stage and became the place everyone wanted to know about.
We've had German television, the French news agency yesterday.
New Zealand, Canada, America.
Spanish, Italian.
Finland, Sweden, all across Europe.
I think probably with the exception of Antarctica, there's been a television crew from every continent.
Leicester City führt...
The international exposure has been remarkable. Every press conference packed with international journalists. Every home match now visited by foreign fans.
Leicester, champion!
Good news for local businesses.
The fans are really great. They come in, you know, they have the drinks and, you know, and then they go over to watch the game, and then they'll call in on the way back, and then they're staying in the hotel.
We've sold out of all the shirts now. We've been sold out since January. We've never seen anything like it.
Leicester's manager has even inspired a popular new sausage.
That'd have a great impact on us. People who you don't expect to know about Ranieri sausages are all coming in for the Ranieri sausages.
Premier League football is thought to be worth an extra £16 million to Leicester's economy, and with European away fans to come next season, that'll go up even more. The Premier League's estimated worldwide audience is 4.7 billion. This season has put Leicester in the global shop window.
The numbers of visitors coming to Leicester, going to visitor centre, has been very real. Many tens of thousands. And it is no doubt that in the same way that people have been talking about King Richard for the last couple of years, that they are now talking about Leicester City.
But this feels even bigger than the kind of attention this former King's reburial got last year, and not just in economic terms. Football has an almost unrivaled ability to create passion and emotion, and many people here in Leicester will tell you the biggest change this season has been a newfound pride in their city.
There is this excitement, that's all. Everybody seems happy here in Leicester.
Leicester is a multicultural city and everybody's coming together.
People have certainly found our city and nobody laughs at us anymore.
No laughs just smiles in a season this city will never forget. Tom Brown, BBC's Midlands Today.
So we have talked about the staff, we have talked about the impact on the city, but what about the people that fill these seats that you've seen on your screens waving the flags outside? The fans, the lifeblood of the club. For them, what a ride it's been. And Natalie Jackson has been catching up with a few of the club's bigger characters.
Well, for many of these fans, this experience has quite simply changed their lives. With me are some of these so-called super fans. Alan Digby is from the Supporters Trust. Alan, what's this mean to you?
I'm going to die happy now. Winning the League Cup was one thing, but to win the Premier League is just something completely different, totally different planet.
Cliff Janetta's with us too, a supporter for years and from the Official Supporters Club. Cliff, what does it mean to you?
It's just amazing. It's just amazing being here, just what we've done, seeing all the fans. The town's just so happy. Everybody's got a smile on their face. It's just incredible feeling.
And Barbara, you've run the Disabled Supporters Club for years. It's your 50th anniversary. What are your thoughts? How are you feeling?
Over the moon. It's amazing. It's just magic. It's just like, it's a dream come true, isn't it? Very similar to when we won the World Cup, actually.
And next to you, well, yes, is Jenny Blackhurst, a very special lady, the daughter of Johnny Duncan, who was the captain in 1929 when Leicester came second. Jenny, you're a season ticket holder. You've been here, you're 85 now. What do you make of this?
I think it's absolutely amazing. We've got a wonderful club, fantastic supporters, great team and wonderful owners. You can't wish for anything better than that. It's just been wonderful.
Great to have you with us. And the last word has got to go to Lee Jobber, the drummer, who is now famous, isn't he, in Leicester? Sum it up, Jobber.
I just feel like it's a totally out-of-body experience. I feel like it's not happening to Leicester City, and the reality of it is, and this is where we are today. And you know what? It's going to be a great few weeks. What an absolute stunning party it's going to be for everybody involved in the city. Wow.
Wow, that sums it up, and just the beginning for these fans. Next year they'll be travelling around Europe.
Well, let's talk a little bit about the man who has given those fans that joy. He stands here on the edge of the technical area, urging on his side, Claudio Ranieri. We heard just a bit from him earlier on. He's now, without doubt, the most popular manager ever to win the Premier League. He's been going for 28 years in management. Top clubs, top leagues. Astonishingly, this is his first big title. He'll be forever a legend in football now. And as Angela Rafferty reports, he's gone from Tinkerman to Thinkerman.
I say my team is like the RAF. It's fantastic. I love it.
Hey, you are sleeping. Come on. Dilly din, dilly don, wake up.
He's the Italian who's delivered football's ultimate prize, and he's done it with a smile.
Want to do it again? I say, hey, man, we are in Champions League. We are in Champions League, man.
This is the Self-Preservation Society. This is the Self-Preservation.
Against all odds, the Foxes have gate-crashed the footballing elite, and they have just one man to thank for it.
I came here, I say I hope to make a very good season, but of course, never can think what happened this.
So often the nearly man at 64, he's managed some of the biggest clubs in Europe, but he's never won a top-flight league title until now.
But Claudio is the guy who made it possible, because he convinced everybody that you could be a champion. I mean, together we can be champions.
A master tactician, Ranieri has transformed a team of also-rans into champions.
Is that they've all hungry, they've all faced rejection and disappointment in their careers, including the manager, Claudio Ranieri. All of them have had a point to prove when they've come here, and they certainly have to do that. Think about it. Leicester City winning the Premier League.
Vardy from a little team, goal scorer in Premier League. Leicester, a little team, can fight against the biggest in the world. Could happen. Believe it.
There were comedy odds on him achieving the impossible dream. Well, look, who's laughing now?
I genuinely love that man. He's just extraordinary. So that's the boss. Let's talk a bit about the team. We're going to get an expert view, but not an impartial one. Manish Bazin is a sports presenter and a Leicester fan. These boys, rejects in different ways, every single one of them. It's extraordinary, isn't it?
Colin has been incredible. All these guys have had a point to prove. The likes of Jamie Vardy, who could have been lost to the game only 6 years ago when he was 6 months out, thinking totally disillusioned, you know, I don't want to go back, really. But he went into Sheffield Steels. He was told at the time that he was too small, too skinny. Riyad Mahrez, the same thing. You know, the stature you can see on his legs, he's wet through, but pure muscle at the time. Even the likes of N'Golo Kante, not the biggest type of player. Robert Huth, you know, was told his best years were behind him. Danny Simpson, Danny Drinkwater, not good enough for Manchester United. They've all been on a mission to prove people wrong, and I think they've done it.
How have they done it?
It's the $1 million question. I don't think any of us can actually put our finger on the one single factor why Leicester, using essentially the same core of players that brought them out of the relegation zone towards the end of last season. We've got a change in manager. Has Claudio really done that much? He was the Tinker Man. He's now been the Thinker Man, and he's kept them together. He's kept them going. He's got a huge amount of experience at international level, of course, as well as club level. He's done it before in the Premier League. I think there are whole new factors you've got to factor into the equation, not just one answer. And you know what I say to people who keep asking me what the secret is let's not sit here and dwell and look for the answers. Let's just enjoy this for what it is.
Fantastic. Manish, thank you very much indeed, and enjoying it for what it is. It's exactly what we're trying to do this evening, isn't it?
It is, and I think we're running out of expletives. So how about Leicester-tastic? I think that might work.
Leicester-tastic, I like that. Yeah, it's very good
okay.
indeed. An incredible achievement, it really is. Fighting relegation, as Manish says, this time last year. Different manager, grateful in the end just to be in the Premier League. And now...
Yeah. And now, look at it. I can hear all the sirens going outside, and we're going to look back now on the journey of the last 10 months. In the last few hours, Leicester City have sacked their manager, Nigel Pearson.
It's going to destabilise the lot. I mean, he's got him here, then they got rid of him.
Leicester City have a new manager, and it is Claudio Ranieri.
Just don't think he's going to do anything for Leicester City.
My goal is make 1 point more next season.
This is our time.
Brilliant, Leicester City, well done.
Kind of carried our form on, and the momentum has been massive for us.
The dream continues. Leicester City to win the league.
I believe this could be our key season.
Come from the US.
The enthusiasm, the effort and the commitment they give. I think every Leicester City supporter absolutely proud of their team.
Been coming down since I was about 7. I'm 67 now, and I've never known anything like it in my life.
It gives every other club hope.
This is a stunning, stunning sporting achievement. I don't know if you've seen this. It's a Twitter from the Italian Prime Minister, and he said, the greatest feat in English footballing history, it's been led by an Italian.
It's extraordinary stuff. We do have to remember, though, of course, though, that we're not immune to these feats here in the East Midlands already. If you look back into the past, we're used to underdogs, aren't we? I mean, Derby back in 1975, the second of their 2 titles there. Nottingham Forest followed them with their extraordinary win, which led into European Cup. So we're used to this, and it's been great. Some fantastic achievements in our past, and this just adds to it.
Natalie, you're our sports editor. You know, how do you assess this achievement?
It's just incredible. I remember watching Leicester go down at Stoke in 2008, come back up into League One. To see this, it's just unbelievable. But it's about more than football, as we keep saying. It's a great story about, you know, achievement against adversity, and so inspiring, and it will inspire teams for years to come.
I think you're right. It inspired a whole city.
Yeah.
We've got the weather coming up, but it's been a fantastic day.
It has been a fantastic day. We're going to play you out with the DMU Gospel Choir, a track called Ranieri, appropriately. Goodbye from us.
Bye.
To Europe, and that's the way we like it. We like it, we like it. In fact, we really love it. We love it, we love it. Oh, oh, oh,
Good evening.